We notice Owen Brown staying off David Thompson another step or two right now. He doesn't want Thompson to penetrate and get the short jumper. He figures if they're going to take the shot, make him shoot it outside.
Monty Tao penetrating, draws the foul on Mo Howard. Up, yes it is, Mo Howard. Lucas, both Howard and Lucas came up with their hands, but it's on Howard, his first.
Jim, one of the things last night that Maryland did as well as any club I've ever seen is get the long pass all the way down the court with a fast break. It really upset the University of North Carolina. Tonight, I'd say that NC State's guards are using excellent judgment in the fact that they're staying back there and not allowing Maryland to get that pass.
Here's a man down the floor as Mo Howard. Howard with Rivers.
That's exactly the play we're talking about, Jim. That time we saw Mo Rivers penetrate a little too far, and when he did, Lucas and Howard took advantage of it.
Maryland has gone back in the lead, 67-66. Now it's Burleson on Elmore. Elmore took it away. Personal foul is against Owen Brown. So Tommy Burleson stayed down to protest, and he got an elbow from Owen Brown. Burleson may be hurt. He's still on the floor. That's the fourth foul on Owen Brown, a costly one for Maryland.
Jim, the people are booing out here right now. I see that we are going to have a timeout on the floor, and we'll have to get the call.
So the clock is stopped here at the Greensboro Coliseum with the score, Maryland 67 and North Carolina State 66.
Championship week. Here's the feed for the win. Are you kidding me? Homer's par three. Clock at 2. Talik Brown has to force one from deep.
Oh, the fire chief! The Turkeys are on fire for the win! They're dancing!
Championship week continues tonight with the Southern Conference Final at 7, followed by St. Mary's versus Gonzaga in the West Coast Championship at 9 on ESPN.
You thought people wouldn't be traveling as much these days. So, why are they still leaving you behind? Time and again, to go off with their other car. Maybe it's the low rates on Avis.com. Maybe it's because your backseat smells like pickles. Or the rate thing.
Find our lowest rates on your favorite other car at Avis.com.
The brackets are coming. Who's your lock? You're upset. You're Cinderella. You know you're right. Prove it. Surrender to the insanity. Play Tournament Challenge on ESPN.com or on your mobile phone. Sign up for free today.
The World Baseball Classic is in full swing, with defending champion Japan taking on the world's best. The World Baseball Classic. Coverage continues tomorrow at 5 p.m. on ESPN2.
Are you...
Remember last year? Before the next snowstorm, get to Town Fair Tire for the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires. Town Fair Tire has the biggest selection of snow tires and all-season tires from Toyo, all at the guaranteed lowest price. Plus, you get free mounting, free flat repair, free tire rotation, free snow tire changeover, free front wheel alignment with any tire purchase, and the guaranteed lowest price. Drive with confidence this winter with the guaranteed lowest price on Toyo tires. And remember, nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
If you owe over $15,000 in taxes, call American Tax Relief.
We owe the IRS $24,000, but we only paid $2,000.
We owe the IRS $200,000, but we only paid $40,000.
Call now for a free, no-obligation consultation and reduce your tax debt.
We owed the IRS $3 million, but we paid less than $1 million.
Call 800-232-6507.
Now a flurry of action here, Bill, and this could be a key moment in the game.
You can see an excellent block by Lenny Elmore. Now, Owen Brown gets tied up. Actually, he walked right here. Now he hits Tom Burleson. Burleson goes down. That looked like a knockout blow right there, and we see Tommy Burleson on the ground. Owen Brown was just trying to get himself loose, and he did have a violation prior to the foul, and actually, I'm sure Lefty would rather have had the violation called because that brings up number 4 on Owen Brown, and if that were to be a real problem for the University of Maryland if he had to go out of the ball game. We see Tom Roy in for him right now, and that means that we can look for David Thompson to go 1-1 as much as possible.
All right, so Roy is in. Brown is to go back to the bench with 4 fouls with 14.5 minutes to go. 1 point lead by Maryland, 67-66. They go into Burleson. Tommy Burleson takes it in, and State goes back in the lead, 68-67.
That move is hard to appreciate enough because he put the ball on the floor, something a big man doesn't want to do that close to the basket, but was still able to get off the shot.
Now here's McMillan in close, setting up Lucas. Rebound McMillan for follow. Tom McMillan sends Maryland back on top, 69-68, and the lead's changed 6 times now.
As great a career as he's had for Maryland, Jim, I think he has played his best ball here in the last month of the season.
One-point lead by Maryland as the Terrapins come to the attack, 69-68. North Carolina stays still man for man. Maryland in that low double stack. Outside by Lucas. Tipped up by McElmore in a sensational fashion. Len Elmore over his back. Tapped it in. 71-68, Maryland by 3.
We said Maryland would play on guts, and they really are doing an excellent job keeping the lead.
Tommy Burleson facing the basket. He normally plays with his back to the basket. Tommy showed his versatility, cutting the Maryland lead to 1, 71-70 with 13 minutes to go. Intended for Elmore, broken up by Mo Rivers. Now State has a chance to recapture the lead, trailing by a point. They'll go to Thompson.
Thompson committed himself a little bit too soon that time on Tom Roy.
That was a good steal by Lucas, and he feeds to Mo Howard. Maryland's up by 3, 73-70. This tense battle continues here between 2 of the nation's top teams, number 1, number 4. Mo Rivers from the side. Lucas spotting Howard. Mo Howard. Again, they've made that quick break twice in a row, and Maryland goes up by 5, 75-70.
Jim, that's that floor balance we talked about. They used it so well last night. NC State was doing a good job with it, but they've fallen asleep in the last 2 occasions. Maryland really took advantage of it.
Monty Tao from downtown, his 13th point. Again to Mo Howard. That's 3 in a row. Howard is just beating Tao down court, 77-72. Maryland back to a 5-point lead. Here goes Tao breaking, feeding into Burleson. Burleson behind his back, lays it in. 28 points for Tommy Burleson, 77-74. I've never seen these 2 teams fight harder, Bill.
A great activity under the basket that time. Lenny Elmore is playing as hard as he can.
That's Tom Roy, who's come off the bench, and Roy gets in the act. 79-74. Maryland back up by 5 with 11 minutes to go. To Thompson. The basket won't go, but he's fouled by Roy. 3 personal fouls on Tom Roy. So you might say that Thompson has registered 7 personal fouls against Maryland. 4 with Brown guarding him, and now 3 on Roy.
Jim, we ought to say something about this fast break that Maryland's been getting and using so well in the tournament. What they're doing is any time a backcourt man either penetrates or takes the long jumper, they're releasing the guard who's playing defense on that man. Therefore, they're getting wide open down at the other end of the court. If the other guard does not take up the slack and help out a little bit defensively, that man is wide open.
3-point lead by Maryland, 79-76. David Thompson has scored 25 points. McMillan with a great drive, and Burleson blocked. Tommy Burleson dropped off his man, Elmore, covered the lanes and blocked the shot beautifully. Maryland up by 3. Elmore driving in, charges. That's the 3rd foul against Elmore. Ball control foul. North Carolina State will get the ball trailing by 3. The fouling situation now going against Maryland. And there's a timeout call. The clock has been stopped here at the Greensboro Coliseum with the score, Maryland 79 and North Carolina State 76.
Want the good stuff for your home? Rent-A-Center puts that goal in easy reach. Get the top name brands you trust without credit checks. Your satisfaction is guaranteed. Now that's something we can all use, a little assist with our goals.
Why are you in my yard?
Why are you in your yard? There's all sorts of super destinations. You could go to a jazz festival, stock car racing, ride a donkey in a canyon. You just gotta go. I'll feed you free breakfast.
Attention homeowners. Are you about to lose your home? Are you behind on your mortgage?
You could stay in your home with lower payments. I did. The government is not going to bail you out. Don't allow them to take your home. One phone call could make the difference.
Call Federal Loan Modification at 1-800-240-2341. Our specialists are here to help restructure your mortgage and save your home from foreclosure. Don't delay. Call right now. 1-800-240-2341.
Yes. Get in the game with Gillette Fusion. 5 blades space closer together with less irritation, even when shaving against the grain. Get Gillette's most comfortable shave, Fusion. Cheater. Surprisingly affordable for as low as $1 a week. Gillette, the best a man can get.
Celebrating Women's History Month. Her story. Swimmer Jessica Long owns 9 Paralympic medals, 13 world records, and 32 American records.
Hey, I just like to swim, you know?
In 2007, she becomes the first Paralympian to win the Sullivan Award, joining the ranks of Michael Phelps, Peyton Manning, and Tim Tebow.
I really hope that people can look at me and my accomplishments and just go out and be like, you know what, if she can do it, I can do it.
Did you really hit that par 5 and 2?
No, I don't have a game like Mars.
Oh, big bomber.
All right, guys, come on. Guys, okay, here's what we're gonna do. On the count of 3, we're gonna run out of here.
What?
1, 2, 3.
He does this all the time.
Mavericks, Lakers. Coverage begins Sunday at 3 Eastern on ABC.
You're going to see Monty Tao probably penetrate a little bit further than he'd like to. Burleson comes up with a great play here, keeping the ball alive. Elmore in tough, makes the great block, and we're going to see Burleson come back, get the ball and shoot an over-the-head shot, putting it in. That was some flurry of activity, Jim.
Well, you almost have to be 7-4, Bill, to make that play, as Burleson did. There's Maryland coming out. They've played almost without relief. Now here's the other play at the other end.
Good block, of course. Nice defense by Phil Spence. A good penetration move by Tom McMillan. Burleson blocking the ball out of bounds.
North Carolina State now back to the live action. Will have the ball trailing by 3, 79-76 in favor of Maryland. State will try to cut it to a point. They have David Thompson against Tom Roy.
At this point, Roy is doing an excellent job on Thompson, being very active, and David hasn't his hands full so far, trying to get a good shot off.
Rebound by Lynn Elmore. Maryland up by 3, 79-76. Lucas on a penetration drive. Rebound Burleson. Again, State has a chance to cut it down to 1. There's Thompson driving and a whistle. That basket won't count. There was a charging foul on David Thompson. Ball control, says Hank Nichols. That's the first foul of this half against North Carolina State. Maryland has committed 4.
Jim, I can't say enough for Tom Roy. His defensive play on the great David Thompson has been excellent. He is keeping him outside, making him commit himself a little earlier than he wants, and he's getting help, of course, from Len Elmore anytime there's penetration.
There was a holding foul by Spence, so 2 quick ones now on North Carolina State. They have now 2 of the half. Maryland 4. Time remaining 9 minutes and 45 seconds. Score Maryland 79, North Carolina State 76. Winner of this game will play Furman in the NCAA regional tournament. They're hitting McMillan low here against Spence. Tom McMillan. Rebound Mo Rivers. Rivers goes to the floor, and he's tied up. Tied up by Mo Howard.
I was almost going to ask on that one, Jim, where did Mo Rivers think he was going? He had to penetrate through the entire Maryland club, and none of his players had yet crossed half court.
Like Richard Petty. Out of bounds to North Carolina State. Well, let's look again. Watch him cut.
You can see him. He's the lead man on down there. David Thompson being well covered, so there was really no place to go.
Back live we come now. Here's Burleson in the low post on Elmore. Burleson. 30 points for Tommy Burleson. 79-77. 78. A 1-point lead by Maryland. 9 minutes to go. Mo Howard in low again on Monty Tao as they go back to that tactic, and Mo Howard has scored 20 points, the pride of Philadelphia. He was player of the year there as a high school star. 3-point lead by Maryland. Maryland almost zone defensing it here with packing in. Burleson hooking again on Elmore.
Jim, and this fellow didn't make all conference. I'll tell you, we might have a conference team out there of guys that are going to be #1 pro picks. That Burleson looks tremendous tonight.
There's Mo Howard, and tipped up by Elmore, pulled out by Spence. State now can take the lead, trailing by a point. Tommy Burleson. Personal foul underneath is against Spence for pushing away. Second personal foul on Spence. Maryland will get the ball, leading by a single point, 81-80. Norman Sloan, who's of course was 1973's National Coach of the Year by one national publication, and was voted to the Indiana Silver Anniversary Hall of Fame this past year. Right now he has all his attention on this game. Long one by Lucas. Maryland's up by 3. 83-80 with 8 minutes and 8 seconds to go. Tommy Burleson, who scored 32 points in this game thus far, in low. Monty Tao from the outside. Shooting has just been phenomenal. 50% for State in the first half, 63.4% for Maryland. Lucas driving. 16 points for John Lucas, 85-82. Both coaches down to a knee now at the sidelines. Here's David Thompson on Tom Roy. Thompson. And Tommy Burleson for his 34th points. No. Rebound Elmore. Now it's Lucas on Tao. Lucas beats him.
Absolutely beautiful play, and there was that outlet pass by Elmore. We see NC State probably not getting off good shot selection, and once again, let's point out the fact that Roy is really doing a job.
Tommy Burleson inside. Burleson now with 34 points. He's scored 17 field goals. Well, let's see, correct that. He has 16 field goals, 32 points. And Tom Elmore spinning. Rebound David Thompson. North Carolina State's trailing by 3 as they come down. Long one by Thompson.
That was Thompson's first 2 points since Roy came into the game, and I think that's been the real key for Maryland so far, being able to keep their lead.
Back to a 1-point lead goes Maryland, 87-86. 6.5 minutes to go. Elmore in close. Tremendous play. You're seeing now why these two teams have been ranked #1 and #4 by the coaches and reporters. David Thompson from 25 feet. Phil Spence raises it down. North Carolina State, another chance to cut it to 1. Trailing by 3. Just incredible pace here, Bill. It's unbelievable that they could maintain this type of a pace. Yet they are. Weak side drive by Monty Tao. Broken up by Roy, but there's a whistle. Down to the floor goes Tommy Burleson. The foul's on Tom Roy, and Roy has 4. So that position has 8 fouls for the University of Maryland, and with 5:52 to go in the ball game, the clock has been stopped here at the Greensboro Coliseum. The scores: Maryland 89 and North Carolina State 86.
So he's going away with Avis. Again, they'll probably get the Where to GPS so he can find all his precious flavored coffees and driving ranges on his business trip. Fine. That's the way he wants it. Fine. Forget about him. You don't need him. Did he just look back? I think he looked back.
Where to GPS can find anything from a driving range to a latte. Just one more reason Avis is your other car.
In this economy, we just can't afford a vacation.
I can help, but you must say exactly what I say, exactly how I say it. Honey, I just got a great deal on a 4-star hotel at Priceline. There's never been a better time to name your own price and save up to half off. Sweet lips.
We can afford that. But why are you speaking that way?
I guess I'm just speaking the language of the deal.
I need a domain name.
You need a domain name?
The boss needs one for the office softball team.
Well, then he's gonna want a website, email, photo sharing, the works. So what are you gonna do?
Visit GoDaddy.com. Get everything you need fast for less than $1 a month.
Candace, put your clothes back on.
Just how crazy is your phone bill? Cut costs with Vonage and get your first 3 months at $9.95 a month. Get unlimited calls across the U.S., 25 amazing features, and experience remarkable digital phone service. Always low at $24.99, now just $9.95 a month for your first 3 months. Hurry, offer ends soon. Sign up at 877-4VONAGE or Vonage.com.
Championship week. Here's the key for the win. Are you kidding me? Homer's par 3. Clock at 2. Talik Brown has to force one from deep.
Pull the fire chief. The Turkeys are on fire for the win. They're dancing.
Championship week continues tonight with a Southern Conference final at 7, followed by St. Mary's versus Gonzaga in the West Coast Championship at 9 on ESPN.
We're going to see John Lucas right here coming down the court. He beats Mo Rivers and then takes on Tom Burleson. And even though they know he's left-handed, he sneaks it up on in there, Jim. He has an uncanny ability to go to the hoop.
Lucas has scored 18 points in this game. The man he drove by there, Tommy Burleson, has scored 32 for North Carolina State. David Thompson, on the other hand, has scored 27. Tom McMillan also is over 20, has exactly 20, so does Mo Howard.
Jim, a big thing, of course, with the University of Maryland, they have to look at the clock, 5:52 to go. They've got Owen Brown now coming into the game for Tom Roy. Owen Brown has 4 fouls on him. Tom Roy has 4 on him. So Lefty is going to have to try to use both of these fellas and hope that neither one of them foul out of the ball game.
So Owen Brown is back in with 5:52 to go. And his chief replacement, Tom Roy, has gone to the sidelines also with 4.
Roy's defensive performance could have been the key to the basketball game while he was in there. He did a great job on David Thompson, holding the 2 points in about 10 minutes.
3-point lead here by University of Maryland. Now against the man-for-man, a lot of team movement. There's Howard breaking it up, and Maryland will get the ball on the play of Mo Howard. Owen Brown will take it cold off the bench, and State comes up with it. Lefty Drizel, I'm sure, was shouting there to Owen, don't shoot it, David. Thompson. North Carolina State has cut it back to 1, 89-88 with 5:15 remaining.
Both coaches on their knees right now, Jim, and they're really shouting encouragement out there to both teams.
The steal by North Carolina State, and it's going to be Spence going in, blocked out by Lucas. The whistle on the play. They may have had a foul on Lucas, but he broke up the play. 89-88. Maryland leading by 1. Look again.
You're going to see Monty go for the steal. He doesn't get the steal, but he creates the ball handling mistake by Mo Howard. And there we're going to see the handoff coming up right here. Spence hustling. And then John Lucas with that tremendous athletic ability coming in and making the block. It was a foul, however. He probably just came across the top.
All right, up the line. 2 shots now to Spence. He could change the lead in the game. His team is trailing by 1 point. That ties it. This could put North Carolina State ahead.
Jim, once again, the shot that you have the man coming off the bench, you hope he doesn't take. Owen Brown taking that short jumper out there, and I'm sure Lefty would like him to get a little loose before he starts shooting the jumpers.
Only the second time in this game the score has been tied. It was tied at 2-all. Lucas driving through, blocked by Burleson. And here's Mo Rivers again with Mo Howard. Howard with a great block. And they're calling goaltending. Lefty Driesell is beside himself, but it's goaltending against Howard. Mo Rivers gets the basket. And North Carolina State has broken on top 91-89. And North Carolina State calls timeout with 4:41 to go.
I've always said, to get what you want in life, set your goals and go for them. Want the good stuff your family deserves? Rent-A-Center puts that goal in easy reach. Choose from the top name brands you trust. No credit checks, no credit needed, and no worries. Because it's all backed by their 100% satisfaction guarantee. Now that's what we all need, a little assist with our goals.
They got everything.
Not everything.
That's not mine.
Yo, Rich, he said he saw two guys earlier. One of them was wearing a jacket.
And how does that help me?
Yo, you covered for this?
I don't know.
How could you not know?
Yo, it's not funny.
This is funny. You know what? You need to call my agent.
You should know you're covered.
Come on, man. It's not mine.
Call one of our 17,000 State Farm agents today.
We're on the road to show people.
We've made a great product even better. Watch.
Now every drop of Shell gasolines contain a nitrogen-enriched cleaning system that seeks and destroys engine gunk left by lower quality gasoline.
It then acts as a barrier that protects engines from performance-robbing gunk.
Try new nitrogen-enriched Shell gasolines.
Helping you get the most out of every drop.
Next stop, I want to drive.
Ground control. We have a problem. Switching to lithium power.
I feel better already. Energizer Ultimate Lithium, the world's longest-lasting AA battery and high-tech devices. Energizer, keep going.
Red or black?
When you want to get away,
Both.
Enterprise will pick you up and get you going to romantic weekends. Pick Enterprise. We'll pick you up.
Across Canada in 11 months, raising over $14 million to fight heart disease. He covered over 5,000 miles, averaging about 100 miles per day.
Nothing.
Mavericks, Lakers, Sunday on ABC.
The World Baseball Classic is in full swing, with defending champion Japan taking on the world's best. The World Baseball Classic. Coverage continues tomorrow at 5 p.m. on ESPN2.
The mayhem before the madness. Championship week continues through March 15th on ESPN.
The final 4 minutes of this ACC championship game was a battle for survival. Only the winner was to advance to the NCAA tournament. Maryland's John Lucas recovered the loose ball and passed off to Owen Brown, who tied the score at 91. On NC State's next possession, the game's smallest player, 5'6" Monty Tao, hit the 7'4" giant Tom Burleson, which gave the Wolfpack a 93-91 lead.